Good morning, everybody. It's Laura, your grateful recovering alcoholic. It's Tuesday. God, I tried to do a tape earlier and I'm just not happy with, I look like shit, but I come on here trying to be transparent, honest, y'all. Look what I just found. A girl in my recovery, my rehab, gave me this because I was crying about missing my daughter's birthday. This was in 2018. And they were all saying that I was giving my daughter the best thing I could ever give her, which was my sobriety. This is from Brandy. Anyway, it's in my purse, but I took it out because I spilled something in my purse. I said chocolate stuck on it and all kinds of stuff. So shout out to Brandy Phillips. I love you. She's on my What a Girl Needs in Recovery. We are over there on Facebook. I am up to 650 members in 1 month, in 1 day. We're going somewhere with this group. I'm super excited about it. I got merchandise being created as I speak with my... I read this every morning to my group. This is my Carrie book. This is what Carrie read out of. She was my best friend for 44 years. Somebody that was there for me every step of the way. And, you know, her friendship is greatly missed. But I wanted to come on here because it was my grandmother's birthday the other day. And I didn't make a post about that. And I want to touch on that now because I'm on 721 days of continuous sobriety. And I met my sponsor yesterday. And we went over my resentment list from when I did it the first time before I relapsed. And I relapsed about 2 years ago. This kind of about 2 years ago. I'm coming up on 2 years of sobriety. Anyway, we knocked off my first list down to about 10, and then I redid it, and now I really only am resentful to a couple people. But she had to point out that I didn't have me on the list. I had a life lesson yesterday. Everything that's been on my list, I created. I let so much shit consume my mind. Do you understand? From all the trauma that I had when I was growing up. I mean, trauma from being bullied, grabbing my rock, trauma from, you know, my mom. I saw my mom and my dad, stepdad, my mom's second husband. I can remember they had gotten a big fight. And he was pulling her down the hallway. I just remember this. So, but that's not what I want to talk about. But all the stuff that I resented before was all my own doing. I was giving them too much control of my brain and my heart. Because peace is on the inside. Okay? So, anyway, well, what I wanted to talk about was, so it was my grandmother's birthday. I've had so much death in my family, okay? So I always used to say, well, I had somebody die in May. That would have been Carrie. But, well, no, I had to add on May because Carrie just died 2 years ago. So I had somebody in May. June, my mom died. July, my brother died. August, Ricky, my boyfriend that died when I was 16. September, my boyfriend Billy Osterley that died and was killed and shot and died in my arms. So that's how I used to recognize the months. Oh my God, what was I doing to myself? No wonder I was getting high all the time. Shit, if you fucking are you know, anticipating, okay, say, I don't even know. Okay, so it's August. Sorry. So I'm like, oh God, because like there's a song from, oh shit, dang it, what's the name? Green Day. Wake Me Up When September's Over. Because Ricky, my boyfriend that died when I was 16, his birthday's September 24th. I mean, Billy Oshler, the one that died, his birthday was the 24th. Ricky's was the 25th. But Billy died on the 24th. So the fucking September was shot to hell. So there's a song from Green Day, Wake Me When September Is Over. Talking about, wow, wow, poor me, you know, crying in your tears. I don't live like that anymore. I don't live like that anymore. So I want to back up a little bit because this video is for my grandmother, my mom's mother, Mimi. She passed away, or I can't remember that it was her birthday, but she's been dead for like 7 years, I think. Shit, my cousin's gonna have to correct me. Has it been 7 years? Something like that. Yeah, because I've been with Tim for 8 and something change, but you know, he met my grandmother and she loved him. Everybody loves my fiance. I haven't met one person that doesn't like him. That's when you know you got somebody good. You know what I mean? Because I have, you know, some people, some of my friends and family are hard to please. They all like him. Now they're going to vacuum outside my door. Anyway, back up. And I posted on my What a Girl Needs when it was her birthday. But, you know, I had told my grandmother, called her when I was high. And told her that I was a drug addict. OMG. What the F was I thinking? What the fuck is she going to do about it? Oh my God. But I woke up the next morning, I was like, fuck, or came down or whatever the hell I did. Anyway, I am making this video for her because now I get to come on here and tell you I don't have any more resentments anymore. My life perfect? No. I resent me for letting shit get so far. You know, just letting, you know, I'm finally living the person, I'm finally being the person that I was always supposed to be, which was clean-minded, well-rested, honest, grateful, loving, trying to do the best I can, human being I can be. You know, I'd be a lot better if I got employed. I got employed, but it's taken forever for this background check. So I'm like, now I think I have to wait another week because they only do orientations on Tuesday. So my catering thing will pick up here after Labor Day. I'll be fine, but that's just, you know, idling around when you're an addict. Even though I'm a grateful recovering addict, I'll always be an addict. It's not good. You know, I start getting into my stinky thinky. But, you know, I'm not looking at September as, you know, I've got to wake me up when it's over. I'm coming on it full on. Full fucking on. I'm not crying in my beer anymore, if you will. Number one, I don't drink. We all know that. I'm still in awe. I went to a Motley Crue concert and was front row. Sober. I didn't pee one time. We were there for 6 hours. I would have had people getting me beers. There were so many guys in there that would have loved to buy me some beer, but you know, that's not who I am anymore. I'm here to, I guess God gave me a voice and I'm going to use it. So I want you guys, it's just a little video that was really just, you know, how I used to represent months by death. I mean, can we forget about that shit? They're gone. I mean, never forget. Never, ever forget. But humbly tuck them away in your heart. but not on the calendar going, oh, he died next month. She died next, marking it off so I would remember. In my first go around in sobriety, I have this Clean and Sober app, and this might help some people. So I pledge in the morning at 7 a.m. and I think it goes off at 8 at night. So 7 in the morning, you'll pledge. And then at night, you'll say what you did. Family, friends, work. I have a slot for sex, a slot for no carbs, no sugar, things like that. It'll say, well, how was your day? Easy, hard, impossible, whatever. Well, I used to always put hard. Now I put on this go around, and I'm almost 2 years sober on the first, God willing. I always put easy. I got this shit. This disease is not gonna fuck me again. I am not resetting that motherfucking clock for nobody, especially for me. Because that's what I did it for before. It was only for me. Because I went back to rehab by myself the very next day. You think the person that gave me the drugs drove me? No, they told me to lie and not tell anybody. Well, they're an addict, so what do you expect? When you're sick, you can't expect somebody to help you. You just can't. And that's where I fucked up for many, many years. Again, I only got sober at 50 years old. And then I relapsed. I was just making a point, and I forgot because I started thinking about the relapse. Which I find myself, and that's, my sponsor, thank God for her. Can't dwell on it. You got to be happy where you're at. I can't be like, fuck, I let 50 years go by when all I was doing was blaming everything else. And right here was the problem. If I would have shut those motherfuckers out of the school that bullied me all these years, if I would have, listened to my mind when I was 30 and said, I'm a drug addict to myself, if I would have just said, look, stop, but I didn't know how to step back. I didn't know about the allergy. I didn't know about the phenomenon and craving. I didn't have the tools that I have now that I could kick this disease's ass. But I can't let my guard down. Here's my rock. Here's my strength. This book, My What a Girl Needs in Recovery, all of it is, like my sponsor said, I used to be on the outside of the lake, hanging out with people, places, and things. And of course you want to go over there and feel if the water's cold or hot. I was doing that for 16 months. So I'm going to say those steps were from 2 years ago because I don't think I ever did them the very first time around. So no wonder I relapsed. I'm only on step 5, but I feel like I'm getting different on a daily basis. It is a fucking miracle that I go to bed every night with the same man. Well, that's not a miracle, but the part about going to sleep is a miracle. We did a lot of acting like we were sleeping because I had still kids in the house. You'd think I would have been sober back then and then got to my partying. But I don't ever want to go back to that life. But, I just was so... I was lost. My mom and my boyfriend died in 1995. And, I opened the door that morning. I had so much guilt about that. And that's one resentment. That's a resentment. I'm a resentment to me. Why I opened the door. Why I didn't come home at 7 o'clock like I promised him. He was supposed to stay sober that day. Was he sober until 7 and then I didn't come home? If you want to know what I'm talking about, I've got a video, R.I.P. Billy Osterley. That was my boyfriend. He passed away when I was 26 in 1995. So like this next September, I would already be depressed about it. I'd be depressed about something that hasn't even happened yet, about things that happened in my past. I mean, I can't change the fact that he was shot and killed in my arms. He wasn't in my arms when he got shot. I didn't actually see the direct shot. I had my head in the refrigerator. But he laid on my couch and I was on top of him, yelling, "Don't go." And he passed away right there. But the point of this video is to tell you, if you're holding on to resentments, that one we're going to work on, you know, my sponsor said, because I am resentful that I didn't come home, that I opened the door, that I let the person come over that ultimately killed my boyfriend. You know, the whole fucking thing was a shit show, and, you know, it could have been avoided if we weren't on drugs and alcohol. I believe that with all my heart, that, you know, that day could have been avoided. You know, something else bad would have happened, though. I believe that in my heart, too, with Billy, because he was out of control at sometimes, and so was I. I mean, it was just the grace of God that I've never hurt somebody driving. I didn't have a car back then, but, you know, I have drinking and driven, and so bad. I mean, I used to live in Lake City, and I was driving from downtown, from Treasures. It was a strip club, a gentleman's club, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I would take the Beltway all the way to Lake City, and I would have change for the Beltway, and I would be so fucked up driving home that I would throw the money into the machine and miss all of it. Think I'd get out? No, I had to go find more money. I didn't want to get out. I was wasted, obviously. So thank you, God, Jesus Christ, for not letting me kill somebody or myself. I even left one time from the club and hit a curb and popped up my tires right there off 610 by the Galleria. I had to park my car and get in a cab really fast because I didn't want a DWI. But all that time when I was doing all that, I was masking the way I feel from me, because I was letting them take control of my mind with all the bullying. You know, I have Bailey's father who used to make fun of me and my weight. That used to bother me. Fuck him if he doesn't like the way I look. I've got a couple of other exes that used to try to make me feel like shit about myself. Maybe they weren't even serious, but my stinking thinking would take it to heart. Hold on to it. Go get some tequila. Let's forget about that shit and do some more shit. So today I don't live like that. I'm happy, joyous, and free from my mind. Again, I can't let my guard down. I've been on 20 minutes. This video is dedicated to my grandmother, to let her know that I called her 7-8 years ago. It was right before she died. I mean, it was I need to find out what the year was, but it was a year before, and I've never told this story except to my fiance the other day. And then I posted on my What a Girl Needs in Recovery that I told her that I was a drug addict. So I know that she is super duper happy with me. She used to always tell me I overate, so still working on that. She would always tell me that. And that might have made me have an eating disorder, because she did tell me that. But I do still overeat. So I'm working on that. But, you know, this is for you, Mimi. I am clean. I am sober. I love you. You're beautiful. I look up to you. I hope you're happy with me. I hope you're kicking my mom and Sparky in the ass for me. Because remember, it's all about me. I'm just kidding. God bless you guys. Stay clean, stay sober. I love y'all. Bye.